Okay. So this is what you guys have to say. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing an assumptions video about Crohn's disease assumptions, just things people have said to me that I'm like, why would that ever come out of your mouth? I want to debunk them and I want to talk about them and I want to talk about how they affect you and like what goes on through your head whenever you tell someone these things, how it affects them, and how to watch your mouth for next time. First, I want to say, peep the shirt. And then this is a cup I got for Christmas. It's Bob's Burgers because I'm so in love with Bob's Burgers. Very cute. Anyway, I've got my sidekick here and we're gonna talk about some things that people have told me. Starting off with the first one, I have IBS, so I totally understand what you're going through. First of all, I'm not like pressing any hate to anybody with IBS. I do want to make it so clear, IBS is not IBD. I'm not saying that what you go through with IBS isn't bad. IBS is bad, 100%. Inflammatory bowel disease versus irritable bowel syndrome, they're different. They're not the same thing. No, if you have IBS, you do not know what I'm going through. We can relate on some things like the bathroom issue and the eating issue. There are parts where it's different and you have to be able to acknowledge that it is different. Oh, the next one, oh my gosh, you can't have kids. So this is fair because in the beginning, I wondered a lot too, like, will my disease affect me being able to have, children? And I would talk to and ask my doctors a lot about it, and they always gave me the same answers. Like, I asked all kinds of doctors. I was like, will this affect me being able to have kids? And they were like, no, there are people with ostomy bags that have children, and it's, it's no different. It's just, you have an ostomy bag. Yes, I can have children. Yes, I can, do those things just as you can do them. I fear that if I, have kids, I will go through a lot of pain. Crohn's cramps by themselves are already some of like the most excruciating pain I've ever felt in my life. On top of like pushing a kid out, no. About 3 weeks ago, I got my ostomy bag removed, so I already have a C-section scar. And if I needed another C-section and they had to cut through that same tissue again, it seems very painful. The next one, it's not like, I guess it's not an assumption, but it is something that I get told all the time. You should try these top 5 foods that will totally cure your illness. I want to stress this as much as I can stress anything. Changing your diet will not cure your illness, okay? Like, changing your diet will change your lifestyle. You will feel, less pain. If you stay away from things that hurt you, you won't be hurt, so you'll live a better life. If the disease is only in your colon and they take your colon out, then you don't have the disease anymore. But if your disease is everywhere, you'll still always have it. But changing your diet will make you feel better. It's still something that you should do, but it won't cure it. I love so much when people with Google-based knowledge, like whenever I tell people that I have IBD, the first thing they do is go to Google because, they don't know about it. Whenever I found out what Crohn's was, whenever I was diagnosed with it, the first thing I did was go to Google. But whenever you only have Google-based knowledge, you can't, try to tell me what to do because it's not how it works. Google is universal. It'll tell you how it is for everyone, but Crohn's is different for everyone. I think another one of my favorite things with doctors, like doctors will assume that just because like they have the degrees and they've taken the classes that they know exactly what your body is feeling. You cannot tell me exactly what my body's feeling. You can't, because you're not living in my body. So many times where I've been afraid of going to the hospital because they're just gonna tell me nothing's wrong. But whenever I know there's something wrong with my body, I will fight. I know when my body's not feeling normal. And I can't tell you how many times I've like proved doctors wrong. Oh, another one of my favorites is you can't play sports. Me as a person, I can't play sports, but Crohn's does not limit me from being able to play sports. If I wanted to get in the gym and work out and build my body back up and build my stamina, I could, and that would be no problem. Me personally, I can't play sports because I'm uncoordinated. I can't dance, I can't play sports. I can't do any of that. But that's not because of my Crohn's disease. That's just because I lack human skills. Oh, another thing that I get asked a lot, people always ask me, so you're on like a lot of medicines, huh? Like you're on a lot of things that keep you healthy. I am on a multivitamin. That is the only thing that I'm taking. Now, again, I'm just telling you guys from my standpoint. Crohn's is different for everyone. For me, I'm not on a lot of medicines. Whenever I was first diagnosed, I was on like 20 different pills for my bones and my joints and my eyes and my stomach. During that point, I was. But just because you have like an autoimmune disease, it doesn't mean that you're gonna, spend the rest of your life on pills or spend the rest of your life on medicines. Oh. This is one of my favorites. IBD is just pooping a lot. The amount of times that someone has told me that my disease is just pooping a lot is astronomical. So many people who, are medical marvels are telling me that my disease is just pooping a lot. That is not what IBD is. That's not what IBS is. Like, it is not just pooping a lot. There's so many things that play into it. Not being able to eat foods, losing weight, losing your hair, bone density, declining, anemia. Honestly, it is one of the most offensive things to hear. If you lived even a normal day in my shoes, you would see that IBD is not just pooping a lot. I'm constantly dealing with cramps, and whenever I stand up, I'm dizzy, and I'm always tired. Whenever I take a shower, I haven't taken a standing up shower in 2 years because I can't stand up long enough to take a shower. So please, if you see someone, even with IBS, please don't tell them that their disease is just pooping. That is the most offensive thing to hear. Okay, finally, one of my faves. You look fine to me. Sarah, I'm not fine. I look fine. I know I look, thank you. I'm feeling very pretty today. But on the inside, I am dying. I haven't felt like a normal human since I was diagnosed, almost 2 years ago now. I don't look like how I used to look. If you look fine, you don't feel fine. And that goes for everything, like mental illness, How can you, sit there with anxiety or depression and be an advocate for those things and saying, just because I look fine, you don't know what's going on in my head. Just because I look fine, you don't know what's going on in my body. You could not look at me and tell that I don't have a colon because it's not visible. People with invisible illnesses, you are bashed constantly because people think that you're being over dramatic just because they can't see what's happening. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm very passionate about my Crohn's and the assumptions that people give me, and I will never not be passionate about it. Part of fully accepting that you have an illness is accepting the fact that you're going to get dumb questions. People are going to say all kind of stuff about you, and it's not, them deliberately being mean. It's just ignorance. And I know ignorance sounds like a horrible word, but it's not. If you don't know about something, you won't acknowledge what you're saying because you don't think that what you're saying can hurt someone. I hope this video helped you or helped someone realize that those things hurt. That even if you think you're saying the most simplest thing, it can hurt. I would just watch out for that next time. I love you guys. You should subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm so happy that we're getting subscribers. Okay, love you. Bye.